A very good evening to one and all. Good evening, children. So, welcome to the e-learning class, children. Today, we are going to discuss about 10th class social, paper 2, and our lesson is National Movement in India, 1939 to 1947. In the previous two classes, already we discuss about the various movements, the various organizations, and also the various activities at the time during the Second World War and also after the Second World War. Children, now we're in the part 3 of this lesson, final part 3 of this lesson, and today our topic is Muslim League and the Congress. Our topic is about partition. Our topic is about assassination of Mahatma Gandhi and also about the integration of princely states. So let us start our topic today. So about the Muslim League and Congress. Children, as already we discussed about the different opinions of the Muslim League and the Congress towards the independence. Muslim League was continuously struggling to for the rights of the Muslims, as they were not believing on the Congress, whereas Congress believed on the unity and tried the best level to get independence in United India only. So the Britishers, the political negotiations, what happened, children? 1945, political negotiations were started among all the leaders. Political negotiations means the talks were started among the leaders of Muslim League, Congress and the Britishers. And this time the Britishers, they agreed that to have a complete, to have the Indian Central Executive Council. Britishers, they agreed for the Indian Central Executive Council. Remember, children, the Stafford Cripps mission was failed. At that time, Indians were decided about the Executive Council. So this was that the Britishers accepted that in an Executive Council completely Indian Central Executive Council will be there, and also Indians will be enter in the Executive Council to take the decision. But this council will not be a part of Viceroy or not be a part of defense. Just complete Indian Central Executive Council will be given by the Britishers. This they accepted it. But what happened? Jinnah. Who was Jinnah? Jinnah was the leader of Muslim League. He did not accept this Indian Central Executive Council, where all the Indians were, those who were eligible, will be the part of this Executive Council. Jinnah, he decided and he put forth his decision, demanded that the League should have an absolute, Muslim members, Muslim councils, absolute right to choose the Muslims as a member of the council. That means only Muslim League should be there in the Executive Council. How is it possible? How he thought this demand? So Jinnah demanded that Muslims should be there, have the right to become the member of Executive Council. But his demand was completely rejected by number of parties and even the Congress also. Now, how could alone Muslim League get this right to be the part of the Central Executive Council? So 1946, elections were held, children, in the country related to this Muslim League and the Congress, that is on the negotiations, children. Elections were held, children, and in this elections Muslim League, they won nearly 30 seats. Muslim League, they won nearly 30 seats in the central provinces and 442 seats out of 500 seats in the provincial level. So Muslim League won 30 seats and 442 seats, children, the Muslim League, they won it, children, in these provinces. So now we can say that it turned as one of the major dominant party in the country, with winning over of nearly about 86% of total Muslim votes. But with the same, in this election, Congress, they got 91% of the votes, children. Congress got 90%, 91% of the Muslim vote. So by this way, what we understand, children? We understand that the elections were held, Muslim leagues, wherever the Muslim population were there, they got majority of vote, and the Congress they got from the areas from from all over the country. So this is, children, about the negotiations and talk. But still, children, here we can say that it was not long lasted. Still, Jinnah was not happy. Then Jinnah thought that it is not what we can say that not for a long time. Then the question started, the question for partition of India. Up to now, what was that, children? It was just like we can say that the alternative for the partition. Now, what is the next alternative for the partition? Okay, India should not get divided into two parts like India and Pakistan. Then what is the other alternative beside this one? So now we are going to discuss. So up to here, I think it is very clear, children. So our next topic is, children, about the partition. That is the alternative to Indian partition. So March 1946. We are going to discuss about alternate to partition. If there is no partition, what will be the next one? So March 1946. March 1946, children, British cabinet sent whom? That is British cabinet sent 3 members committee. What they sent, children? They sent a 3 members committee called as cabinet mission. This cabinet mission, it taught completely for nearly about 3 months. They taught completely for nearly about 3 months, gathering all the suggestions of the Indians related to the partition of the country. And then they recommended that some measures, and in that measure, India will remain united without any partition. But their recommendation, cabinet mission recommendation, was not long lasting. Muslim League rejected, Congress also rejected their suggestions, children. And at last, what happened, children? Now it was a time period that Muslim League leader Jinnah, he decided that it is waste of time in discussions, in negotiations, in talks about the separate state Pakistan. It is better to discuss this issue on the streets in between the people through the discussions, and it can be come up on the street. Then he decided, this is all about the failure of cabinet mission. Then M.A. Jinnah, he decided, children, that alone talks are not enough. Some actions to be taken, and then he decided for a action day. Children. Action day, that is direct action day, 16th of August 1946. Direct action day. What was this direct action day? In this one, the direct action day, it was for the demand for Pakistan. Now, where they demanded, children? They brought this issue on the streets in the common people. Then common people, and that too Indians, we know very well, we are very sentimental fools. So easily, we went to the, all the words, magical words of this people, and the people, they started demanding for the Pakistan. And on the 16th of August 1946, remember this date for the direct action day, number of people, they came onto the streets. Riots were started in Calcutta, and not only riots, children, some thousands of people, they died in these riots in Calcutta. Disturbance, violence, people started killing. And very soon, March 1947, this riots spread throughout the country. That means we found that Up to now it was limited to only in Calcutta, but now it spread throughout the country. And in this one, nearly children, we find thousands of people were killed. And what was that one, children? At last, what happened when it spread throughout the country? Then Congress decided for separate state Pakistan, and in this one they divided the Punjab as the Punjab towards the northwest of that where the Muslim population was there, and one Punjab where our Hindu peoples were there, our Hindu Sikh people were there. They divided the Bengal as already you know that Bengal was divided before. So they decided that East Bengal towards Pakistan side and West Bengal, what we are having today, it is towards India. Like that, Punjab and Bengal was divided by the Congress. So in this way, what happened, children? These areas were divided. Then still, can we say that the Pakistan was formed? No. Still the riots were continued, children. And during this time period, what happened, children? The viceroy of the country. You know, in those days, the person who ran all this British administration, children, in India, who called as viceroy. So, viceroy Wavell was replaced by Mountbatten. Mountbatten is the last viceroy of the Britishers. So Mountbatten, when, children? February 1947. Mountbatten turned as the viceroy of India. And then Mountbatten also, children, he did a hard to bring the unity among the both Indians, that Hindus and Muslims, and to discard the what he called that decision to divide the India. But when he found that everything was failed, then he decided and he declared that India will get independence, and that independence only India will get divided. And then, children, 1947, 14th of August 1947, Pakistan was created, Pakistan was formed, and 15th of August 1947, India was formed. And in this way, children, we find that the Pakistan was formed. Then what is Pakistan? Already we discussed, children, what is Pakistan? Pakistan, Punjab. I already told you, Punjab was divided into two parts, West Punjab and East Punjab. Punjab, then followed by some of the areas of Afghans, then followed by Kashmir. Kashmir was also divided, East and West. Then Sindh area was given to the Punjab. Then the Balochistan was given to Punjab. And in our India side, East Bengal was given to the Punjab. And in this way, separate country, separate state, Punjab was formed, children, by this way on 14th of August. So East Bengal, you know what Pakistani they did? They, at present, this East Bengal only we call as Bangladesh. That means Bangladesh once upon a time was a part of Pakistan in the form of East Punjab. So this is, children, alternate to partition. Now what happened? Now India and Pakistan was divided, was formed, country was divided. How it affected the complete the people of the country. So children, next our topic is partition and migration. Partition and migration. Now children, about the partition. Pakistan was created on the 14th of August 1947, and India was created, children, was formed, was partitioned on, got independence on 15th of August 1947. Now about the Pakistan, it was a very painful moment for the people of both Pakistan and also the India, that to leave their lands, properties and everything, children. The people, those who were there in Pakistan, that to people of Pakistan, those who were basically Hindus, they felt very insecure because now to live in the Pakistan, because now they felt that if they will continue to living over there in Pakistan, they will be killed or they will be brutally exploited. So what happened? They were forced to leave the Pakistan, whereas the Muslims in India were also forced to live India. So it was what happened, children, it created a very pain in the minds of the people, and that also created, children, an anger and the hatredness among all those people who were responsible for this partition. And in this displacement, it was also called as, children, displacement, leaving their areas, leaving their properties, leaving all their ancestral lands. They have to move towards a new area, or just along with their family members. And it was also not sure that whether they can reach their places alive or they will reach as a dead bodies, because the people, they started in this anger and hatred, they started killing each other. Thousands of people, they died, children. Nearly, it was found that nearly 1.5 crores 1.5 crores of the people, children, they were displaced, both the Hindus and the Muslims. 1.5 crores of these people were displaced, means they moved from their places, children, from this area to the other area. And nearly about 2 to 5 lakhs of the people were killed, were missed, were burnt in their anger and the hatredness, children. So it was what happened, children, most of them, when they left their country, so in the new country, children, they were not having their own lands. So most of them, they lived in the camps called as refugee camps. You heard about these refugee camps. These are the camps that are organized by the country, the government of the country, in that side and this side, in India also, that for the people to get relief, where they get a shelter, tent-like structure, they get medicines, they get food, till they reach that particular area. So refugees, many people, they turned as refugees. Gandhiji, the person who completely sacrificed his life only and only to get independence, he was not at all happy with this partition. Even he did not turn as the member to celebrate for the first independence. Even this person, Gandhiji, he moved almost all the areas of the riots hit areas. He moved to the camps, and he made the people to maintain peace. He made the people to understand the situation. But this person, he himself, he was not happy. So he spread the brotherhoodness, the peace, the message to the people. And he himself felt very pity on the condition, the partition of India, and he went for a long satyagrahas also, that he went for a long fastings also. But everything was, now, children, was proved waste. Country was divided, people were killed, in many crores of people were displaced from one to the other one. So what happened, children? Gandhiji and the Nehru and the Congress members, what happened? They thought that now Pakistan was created, but what happened to the people, those who are there in the India? Because India is only not a land of Hindus and Muslims, but it was a land of many religions also, like Christians, like Buddhists, like Jains, like Parsis. Many people are there in the country. Then the Congress moved a resolution proving that India is a democratic secular country where all the rights of the minorities will be secure. No minorities will get any disrespect. No minorities will get any type of problem in the country. So they moved a resolution, children, and the resolution was the rights of minorities. Showing that all people are equal here. All people are equal in the country, irrespective of their religion, caste and sex. So this was, children, the partition and the migration, children, and the decision taken by the Congress. So up to here, I hope it is very clear to all of you. Now the next one for us is all about assassination of Gandhiji. Assassination of Gandhi. First of all, let me ask you, what do you mean by assassination? Assassination, it means political killing. Instead of kill, murder, we use the word assassination for any political leader. If a person is murdered or killed, children, Instead of using those words, we use the word as assassination. Assassination of Mahatma Gandhi. So assassination of Mahatma Gandhi, children. Gandhiji was not happy with this partition, as already explained to you. Even he did not turn as the member to celebrate the first Independence Day of our India also. So on the 9th of September 1947, 9th of September 1947, Gandhiji moved to Delhi. He moved to Delhi, and there in the Delhi, what he did, children, this person, he was started conducting all religious prayers, means calling all the religion members and a combined prayer for the sake of peace, for the sake of good for the country. So what happened, he was assassinated, as all of you know, that on 30th of January 1930. 30th of January 1948, he was assassinated. So on 28th of January, that means 2 days before his assassination, 2 days before his assassination, what happened? There was an unsuccessful attempt to kill him, but it was failed. He was saved. And that minute only, Gandhiji, he mentioned that, I'm mentioning his word, that definitely any mad person is going to kill me. And if he is going to kill me, don't, don't take it so seriously, don't bother about it, because all these people are, disturbed, mentally disturbed, and they develop the hatredness and angerness. And he thought that maybe the people, they are thinking that he is also one of the reason for this partition. So he mentioned this word, and on 30th of January 1948, 30th of January 1948, when Gandhiji was moving for all party prayers, one other person by the name Nathuram Godse, Nathuram Godse, this person, he shot nearly 3 bullets on the chest of the Gandhiji. So Gandhiji got 3 bullets, and on the spot Gandhiji, he died. The last words that were used by the Gandhiji was Hey Ram. He used the word Hey Ram. Later, Nathuram Godse, as he killed, he shot and he ran away. He was arrested in Bombay. So this was about the assassination of Gandhiji. Then what happened, children? After all these, after the death of the Gandhiji also, what happened to the country? That is the last topic of our lesson today. It is integration of princely state. So our topic is integration of princely state. Integration of princely states. Now listen to what is integration of princely state. What happened, children? Nearly 550 princely states were there in the country. What do we mean by the princely state? It means that in a country nearly 550 princes were ruling the petty small kingdom, and they were enjoying complete freedom, their sovereignty, even under the British rule. Now Britishers are not there. So before the independence, as we are ready to receive the independence, so what happened? What is the need of 550 princely state? That means even though the Britishers, if they leave the country, India will be under the rule of princes, kings and queens only. So under this one, what happened, children? What are the ordinary people of these princely states? Ordinary people means what? The people, those who were there in these princely states, they up to now, they were the part of this freedom struggle. They understood the importance of freedom. They started a kind of revolt in that areas against the zamindars, against these princes, that they don't want to be continued the part of this princely state. Okay, even we discussed the peasants, the farmers also, they started the riots, they took the arms against the zamindars in Hyderabad, in Travancore also. So here in July 1947, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Iron Man of India, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. This person, he took an oath and he began his his work. His work was that he started a discussion. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel started a discussion with 550 princely states, making them to accept that they are going to leave their kingship. Okay, they're going to leave their kingship and now they're going to unite their areas to the India, a country, a complete India. That means their areas will go and unite India for that purpose. So nearly what happened, out of 550 princely states, nearly about 547 princely states, they accepted to join India. They accepted to join Indian Union. They accepted to join the Indian Union except 3. So who were these 3? They were the king of the Nawab of Hyderabad. They were the king of Kashmir, and they were the king of Junagadh. So what is this? These 3 kings, these 3 Nawabs, these Hyderabad, Kashmir and Junagadh, they resisted. They said they are not going to be part of Indian Union and they want to rule as an independent rulers. So then what happened? Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, he decided and he gave warning to all these princes that if they are not ready to unite, he will send an army, he will take an action, and by force he will unite all these princely states. So after 2 years, that is after 2 years of this integration, children, these 3 states like Hyderabad, Junagadh and Kashmir, they joined the Indian Union. When, children? After the 2 years. Then all the princely states were joined. Then what was the next work of the government? So all these 550 princely states, what government did? Government occupy all these areas, okay, unite in the India. Not only this one, children, what they did, government followed the policy of privy purses. This is important for 2 marks. Privy purses. What is this privy purses? Privy purses, it means that the pensions to be given, the princes will get the pensions. Princes will be given the pensions from the government, and princes are not having a right to rule their own. They have to live in their own area as a common person, okay, and their area will join the Indian government. So pension scheme was started to these princes for their expenses, for their expenditures, called as privy purses. And then till 1956, children, we say that the new states were created by taking all these these princely states. The new states were created in our India. 1956. 1971, again one more action by the government. What was that action? That privy purses was abolished. Privy purses was abolished. Now there is no pension for the kings and queens. Even they are not having the right to maintain the titles like king, queens, prince, Raja, Maharaja, Maharani. No other titles for these members. So pension scheme was also abolished. So in this way, children, what you can say that the creation of new India was started. So up to now you understood that how it was difficult for the Indian leaders, freedom strugglers to maintain all these things, because at the time 1947 when India got independence, how was our country? Our country was a newly born baby with lot of problems. No development, poorness, no education, no industry, agriculture was very backward, no irrigation facility. In all the case, we were very backward, children. So just you imagine, that was a challenge in the year 1947 before the government to make India as a developing country of the world. So with this challenge, children, from that time to this time, even after the 70 years plus of independence, children, still we say that we are not still developed. We are still in many areas, we are backward, we are struggling to become developed. So this is, children, the lesson that makes us to understand that the independence what we got, children, it's not, we didn't get freely, children. We didn't very happily, Britishers did not give us, children. Thousands, lakhs, crores of people, they died, they sacrificed to get this independence. Even after the independence, a lot of problems that we face, the children, and still we are facing. But common thing is that we people, we have to use this one, and we should not come in the words of one or the other. Think for the development. We have to think for the development of the country as a citizen of the India. Okay, and we have to preserve our independence forever. I hope the lesson is clear to all of you. With this, we completed this lesson. The same work for you. Go through the lesson, read the lesson, children. And if you have any doubt, you can call me, children. So by that time, it's a time to leave. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, children.